Hi, I'm Laura, and welcome back to the Tarot Genie, where you receive intuitive insights from the tarot to your burning questions about business, career, creativity, finances, entrepreneurship, and more. Are you feeling stuck in a rut? Are you stuck in some facet of your business, in your career? Are you stuck in a rut in a relationship? Today, the tarot is going to give us advice on how we can break out of that rut. And as always, I'd like to recommend a book. Now, interestingly, this book is, even though it's designed for writers, it's written for writers, it can apply, it really can help anyone, I believe. It's called Writing Down the Bones by Naomi Freeman. I think it came out in the 80s or maybe the 90s. I love this book, especially because I am a writer. However, don't let that stop you if you're not a writer. She has some powerful creative techniques in her book, and they're short, they're like little short snippets, just a few pages long each chapter, that can really help get the juices flowing in whatever you are doing, whether it's business, career. It can make you think, if you're stuck in a rut in a relationship, there are practices in here that can get your mindset changed, can change your whole approach to something by helping you tap into greater feelings, greater observations about what you're doing. So check out this book. I'll provide the notes I'll provide the information in the notes section. Let's jump right in, and the questions we're going to ask about how do you get out of a rut is one, like what got you into this rut? What is the reason that you find yourself stuck in this rut? And it can be a mental, it can be a mindset, etc. So that'll be the first question. What got you into this rut? Question number 2 is going to be in our 3-card spread. What action step could you take to get out of the rut? What would really be a powerful first step to getting out of this rut? And finally, then we're going to ask how to make sure that any changes are lasting, that it's not just a temporary change, that you just get yourself out of a rut for a moment and then go right back into it. How can you make this a lasting change in your life to get out of this particular rut? So I'm going to shuffle the cards really well, make sure that answering this question, how can we break out of a rut? All right. And let's see, card number 1. And what got you into this rut? The Judgment card reversed, a Major Arcana card. The Judgment card is number 20 in the Major Arcana. And what it means to me, well, when it's upright, what it means to me is that this Archangel Gabriel, I believe it is, this powerful, dynamic angel, is blowing through his horn, and it's a clarion call, and it's telling people to wake up to your true purpose, to your true calling, to what is innate to you, to get you out of the box. Now, isn't this interesting? These people have been in what appears to be a coffin, but when they heed the call and they really listen to and line up with the Archangel's calling and message, then they are able to rise up and open their arms to life, as my spiritual coach Carol DeRay often talks about, opening your arms to life. And they are able to get out of it and to a new situation, to rise out of these boxes they were in. But since this was selected reversed, it's suggesting to me that what got you into a rut is that you are not heeding your true calling, that you are doing something, whatever the situation is, whether it's in business, career, your job, or even a relationship, you are not fully tapping. You're somehow blocking yourself in being your true self in the situation. That's what I would say is the core message of this particular image, Judgment reversed. You are blocked because you are not heeding your innate calling, your innate purpose, who you are. There's something that you are not truly acting upon that is you. You're not revealing yourself fully, or you're not being who you really are. Second question we asked is, what action step can you take? What first action step can you take to get out of this rut? Well, this is the Six of Wands. Six of Wands often represents a celebration. This man looks like he could be coming from a war, a victory of some kind, and there's a parade, and these people are moving forward and celebrating with him. We've got the laurel wreath. Six indicates a community. What I would say that this image is suggesting is that the first action step that you need to take to get out of a rut is to find any way that you can celebrate life. Celebrate something you're doing. Get into that high vibrational mode. And the wands in particular in the tarot represent fire, represent passion and energy. And just even though you feel like you're in a rut, first step would be look around you, be observant, and find out what can you get jazzed about. What is there something you've been overlooking that you have not been truly celebrating, feeling grateful for? This can, to me, suggest gratitude, but especially it represents to me, signifies celebration of life, getting fired up. Now take an action. This could mean maybe go to a gym, go join a group to exercise and be in a community. Would seem to advise that we need to get out there, get in among other people, because this person is not solitary. What he does have is a red cloak suggesting passion. So infuse passion and get involved in something in the community or something that will help, that will beef up, that will infuse some new energy into this particular area of your life in which you are feeling in a rut. And finally, the third question was, how do we make sure that we take an action forward and that we make this permanent, that we don't slide back into the rut? And here we have the Eight of Wands. It's interesting, we have two Wands cards. Now this is another reversal. The Eight of Wands, when it's upright, suggests a lot of energy and vitality and can represent messages coming forth in a particular area. Given that this is reversed and we have 8 wands, 8 is often associated with strength and power. To me, it's suggesting to make sure we don't get out of a rut, to make sure we stay out of a rut, to make that permanent from whatever inspired action we take, as mentioned earlier, the community, to make sure we make this change permanent and don't slide back into the rut, is to, for me, the reversed Eight of Wands is suggesting we need to really tap into our own inner energy, to perhaps take time for meditation, because when this is upright, it's suggesting a lot of action, physical action and messages and communications. But when it's reversed, I believe that it's signifying that we need to draw energy inward, tap our own inner energy, stay inwardly energized, and rely on our own, cultivate our own inner energy and passion for things, and for this particular area where we may have slid into a rut. See if there's anything else. It's not the card I would have expected right off the bat to answer, how do we get out of the rut, but I believe it's saying, or to stay out of the rut, is that we need to keep dynamism from within, internally. We need to cultivate that internally all the time, because no one else can really get us out of a rut. That's for sure. It's all up to us. We have to hone the ability to do it. We have to cultivate the inner drive. Yes, I would say this is dealing with a lot of inner drive. So spend time cultivating that and maintaining that, and that will be the way to get out of a rut. Make sure that it's permanent. Just to summarize, you've gotten stuck in a rut because in some area of your life, because you haven't been heeding your true calling, or you haven't been acting upon your true identity. Somehow there's something you're masking over, and that's gotten you stuck in an area. So you're not fulfilling your true purpose or true way of being, especially if it's like in a relationship. Maybe you were just holding yourself back. This judgment reversed is about holding yourself back. And a good step forward is to get out of this rut, is to join a community, get involved in some communal activities, celebrate life, put your passion into it, get moving with other people as well. That'll help. And as always, though, know that the permanent way out of this rut is to stimulate and cultivate an inner drive, an inner passion, your inner purpose, and keep those alive within you. Only you are capable of doing that. Even though it's good to go out in the community, to make it permanent, you need to cultivate that inner drive, passion, and zeal for your life and for this particular area. I hope that has been helpful for you. If you've not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And I will provide information, as I stated, about the book and the song, I think, for at least for me, that would be appropriate for getting out of a rut. Is the song, it's an old song, dating myself, but I think it's by the Animals. I've got to get out of this place if it's the last thing I can ever do. I will provide a link to that song and just use that for your amusement and as a good reminder of today's message. Until next time, illumine your mind, inspire your life with the tarot.